Ever seen these blue lights in public toilets? I saw it once in a McDonald's toilets in Germany. They're designed to deter drug use by making it harder to inject drugs because under the blue light you can't see surface veins, and when you can't see a vein, obviously it's harder to inject into it. Critics argue that it actually doesn't fully deter people, but it actually just makes it more dangerous. This study interviewed 18 people who inject drugs in 2 Canadian cities. The majority had attempted to inject drugs in the blue lit rooms. There was a general agreement that the blue lights did make it harder to inject. A small number of the participants were entirely unperturbed by them. Half said that they would use a blue lit room in an emergency because if they were withdrawing from heroin, then the fact that they were so ill and they needed that immediate relief, meaning that would override the fact that it makes it harder to find the vein and harder to measure it out, which means that you could get more chance of an infection or more chance of an overdose. Participants said that there's a range of strategies that people use to get around the blue lights as well, like using a lighter or a torch or the light on your phone. And there's also a worry that people actually take it out of the toilet and into the corridor, making it more visible to the general public. A more sensible approach, of course, is to have overdose prevention centres, which we're seeing more and more now. But what isn't a sensible approach is these blue lights. Overdose prevention centres are sort of medical facilities, essentially, that people who inject drugs can go to, which is a sort of hygienic place where they can go and consume the drugs under the supervision of trained staff. One you're looking at here is the UK's first and only overdose prevention centre. It's in the East End of Glasgow. These facilities reduce harms by obviously reducing overdose deaths because the medical staff deal with it essentially straight away. They also reduce the instances of people sharing equipment to use drugs, which can lead to infections including HIV and hepatitis C. They also increase the number of people entering treatment because the users are in contact with the medical professionals regularly. This one you're looking at now in Glasgow opened after a decade of legal wranglings and sort of deadlock over the country's drug laws. It's very sad, really, because the UK are very much behind in this area. There are over 200 overdose prevention centres across the world in at least 17 other countries, including Canada, Germany, Switzerland, France, Portugal, Ukraine, Norway, Netherlands, Australia, Belgium, Spain, Denmark, Iceland, Mexico, Colombia and the USA. Despite this, the UK say they have no plans to introduce any more overdose prevention centres.